It's been 6 months since I started Mounjaro, and today that journey ends. In this video, I'll be sharing with you the ups, the downs, so stick around. Good morning and welcome back to my video, to my last Mounjaro update videos. So it's 6 months, exactly 6 months today, and I wanted to make a video talking about everything that's happened. As some of you know who followed me, I started on 2.5 milligrams and I quickly went, after a month I went on 5 milligrams, which I sticked on until today. The reason for that was, I don't know, when I went on to 5, the suppression hit hard and I couldn't eat for a long time. And then it kind of went into waves. Then some days I was hungry, some days I was not. And I thought every single week I was still kind of losing even a little bit of weight. So I thought I'll better stick on to that and not increase, because I just didn't see the need. It was working for me. Obviously, it helped me lose weight. It also helped me regulate my periods, especially in the beginning. So I think if I were to continue, I probably would need to increase for that, maybe to continue give me some benefits on my periods, because like I said in the previous video, it's not been that regular recently. Still waiting for it to happen. So the struggles that I've been through. So at one point I actually developed a hypoglycemia. I talk about that on my 9-week and 9-10 videos if you want to check it out. Is where I was getting a little bit dizzy. A little bit is an understatement, and it was very scary actually. A couple of times I thought I would pass out. I was going backwards a little bit. The doctors didn't find that out. I kind of managed to work it out on myself with some help from the community. From then on, actually, it didn't last long, so I'm not sure really. I obviously started having some food with me at all times and tried to make sure that I eat breakfast, because at first I was like not hungry and I was just like skipping everything. I was just like not eating, and then I kind of started eating breakfast, and my husband was like, well, you're not going anywhere without breakfast, you know. I know you're not hungry, but nobody wants you passing out. So that was quite an experience, not a pleasant one. A couple of times I've actually been to the hospital because of these things as well, because I was getting dizzy and stuff. Like I said, they've not pointed anything out. They were just saying, oh, maybe just eat a bit more. And the other thing that's happened recently was that my blood test, obviously I had palpitations before, which again, doctors didn't figure it out. I managed to pinpoint that the caffeine, too much caffeine, triggering my palpitations, but that also kind of triggered a blood test with my GP, which you've done, and they all come out normal apart from the transferrin. And if you want to have a look at that, you can have a look at my previous video, last week's video, where I talk about a little bit more in depth with it. But doctors actually contacted me today saying that it is very slightly under, so the transferrin levels are fine and they're not concerned. So like I said in the previous video, I thought it's probably because of the lack of protein that I eat. So yeah, I just sort of, if they're not worried, I'm not worried. I don't have any other kind of symptoms that could point to liver damage or kidney damage, or definitely not iron deficiency. So yeah, it's all fine. Okay, now I'm holding a cup of coffee when I said that coffee causes palpitations. Strangely, for the past, I'd say, month, I am able to have a coffee without palpitations. So that's weird. Again, maybe my body's just used to Mounjaro now and sort of not really, I can't see these changes anymore. Same with periods, they're not coming, and so palpitations, caffeine is no longer changing me that much. Who knows? I can't know for sure. Yeah, so these are sort of like the scariest bits of my journey. In terms of side effects, I had one major one, and that was constipation. And just at the end of that journey, just at the end of my journey, I actually figured it out and finally found something that works for me. Again, look at my video on constipation, and I told you what I'm using. And if you want to give it a try, you do that and see if it works for you, because a lot of things work for some people, or things don't work for others. So yeah, definitely check that video out if you're struggling with constipation. So why am I stopping? It's only been 6 months really, isn't it? So a lot of people stay a lot longer on it, but I kind of have to listen to my instincts here. I never wanted to be on the long term. I definitely thought I'm probably going to be on it for a year, and probably if I would stay on it for a year, I'd probably achieve my goal weight. But there was a lot of things that started planting the seeds in my brain, and I started maybe wanting to come off it. So the first ones were, of course, the blood test. I mean, I'm really tired of going to the hospitals. Before, I didn't go to the hospital unless I was giving birth. And you know, really don't like seeing doctors and stuff like that, but these things were like making me concerned, and I was just getting scared. So the last blood test with low transferrin scared me again, and I thought, maybe I am not eating enough, maybe I am not giving myself enough nutrition, and I am not counting macros, so maybe I'm not giving myself enough. And the way to do that is to eat, and the way to do that is probably not be on Mounjaro, because it obviously it suppresses the appetite. So that was the kind of the thing. The other thing was, of course, the prices. Although it's not a massive increase, it's still an increase, and I thought I could use that money for something else now. I started learning a little bit more about everything, the weight loss and everything, and I kind of just want to look at it in like a long term now, trying to see what can I do to change the way I live without having to rely on a medication. So that is why it's more likely to just be an instinct, rather than any particular reason. I just have a feeling, and I tend to go with feelings. Oh, now I will tell you everything, all the measurements, the weight and everything, from start to now, and then I'll move on to some very nice photos. Right, so when I started 6 months ago, bone mass was 4%. It's now 3.7. So that decreased, bone decreased. Muscle mass was 61.8, now it's 57.8. Maybe another reason why I'm quitting. Bear in mind, I was weight training throughout Mounjaro journey, so if anything, my muscle should have increased or at least stayed the same. Then again, if I didn't eat enough protein, tough. Body water from 40.8 to 42.5, which is good. Like I said, I've been drinking 3 liters of water throughout. Now, body fat from 40 to 39.3, so that's a 0.7% loss of that, which is crazy. Not what you want really. Hip measurements, I was 118 centimeters, I'm now 111. Waist 97 centimeters, now 93 centimeters. Chest 111 centimeters, now 102. Thighs 64, now 62. And clothes size, I started being size 20 UK, now size 16. My BMI was 36.6. It is now 28.8. The weight is 110.8 kilograms. That's what I started with, and I am now 87.1 kilograms, which in pounds is, I was 244.5 pounds and currently am 192 pounds. So overall loss is 23.7 kilograms or 52.25 pounds. So yeah, I mean, some people lose it quicker. Yes, 100%. But like I said, I've always been a consistent loser. Rarely reach plateaus. I probably had it twice. So yeah, in terms of that, that's that. So now I'm gonna insert a video of my monthly jeans tryout now. So like I said, this is given in here on the thighs, got is this bit. That's a little bit more struggle. Right, so this is how it looks now. So yes, that's how it looks like. The jeans are definitely longer. No, I've not lost any height. I just lost weight. So yeah, it's nice to see. They fit really nice, although they might need pinching on the bottom a little bit. And these are the photos that I'm not sure if I should share, because obviously it's a lot of me there, but I want to be able to share. Everybody should be able to share their bodies with no judgments from others, and I feel good, you know, and also makes me just look at it and think, oh wow, there is actually difference in there, because you tend to forget. I'm used to being in this body now, so I tend to forget that it was different, and you're like, oh, I still need to lose a lot of weight, and then you're like, oh my god, look at this. So in here I show you some photos of front and back and side, and you can just see what a difference. Mounjaro gave me a lot, and I'm very thankful that I started. Before taking it, I gave up on myself. I said to myself, I must be a fat person, nothing I can do about it. Every time I was going to gym and losing only 4 kilos, and I used to say to my husband, that's it, it's impossible for me to lose weight, it's impossible. I gave birth to 2 children, I've been pregnant 3 times. It seemed like my body is just different now, and the times has changed, and that's it. I wrote myself off, and Mounjaro did give me that spark back, and it gave me another opportunity that yes, I can change this, you know, yes, I can be different, yes, I can. Food, you know, it doesn't control me. It was all in my head, and I am so thankful for Mounjaro for that. I am also very thankful to the people who sticked around here from the beginning, who saw something in me and subscribed and stayed and commented. That means so much to me. I do realize that from now on, a lot of people will unsubscribe. A lot of people have already unsubscribed, which I completely understand. My journey is changing now, but at the same time, I will gain some more people who are interested in the next bit of my journey, which is coming off of Mounjaro. Okay, so again, a massive thank you to absolutely everybody who sticked with me and supported me. So what's next for me? Like I said, next of course is the journey coming off of Mounjaro, which is scary. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm worried, I'm scared of what my body's gonna do. I'm scared I'll put the whole weight all the way back on. Of course I am. I don't know how it's gonna be, isn't it? But at the same time, I'm excited. You know, I'm excited. I started reading, I mentioned this book already, The Obesity Code by Dr. Jason Fung. And in that book already, he's speaking a lot about that we were really lied to. You know how we say, oh, we all hear that, calories in, calories out. That's what matters. No matter what, how many times I've done calorie counting just to lose some and then gain it back. So it resonates with me a lot, this book, at the minute. It's not saying calories in, calories out. It's not saying that you need to eat 1200 calories to lose weight. What it's saying is your body is very clever and it will adapt. Basically what happens, according to him, is if we reduce the amount that we eat, our body reduces the amount that it uses. If it needs to make sure that something is not working as well, so be it, as long as it meets you and survives. Okay, I suppose that's why a lot of people do feel cold on Mounjaro, not eating enough calories. Your body just meets you there. It makes your body not as warm anymore, so you feel a bit colder. So yeah, so I'll be reading that book. I'll be sharing what I'm learning. I'll be sharing what I will start eating. Because before I thought, if I'll quit it, I'm just gonna go calorie counting and just make sure I'm on the 1.2. And then now I kind of changed. And throughout my Mounjaro journey, I could see on the scales, because I've got these smart scales, and you can see how my BMR was getting lower and lower and lower all the time. So that's not cool. Like, you obviously want your body to do everything it needs to. You need to give energy as much as it needs to, and you don't want to like lower it. And I remember when I was before like developing, after or throughout my journey with eating disorders, my goodness, at some point I think I ate 800 calories, and I was exercising. I was a dance teacher, so I was dancing for 2 hours. I went to the gym for 3 hours. It's insane. Maybe that's ruined everything inside, but here we are. We can just look forward, can't we? So yeah, this is not the end of the journey. This is just a new chapter, and come along with me if you want to be a part of my journey. Like I said, the channel will be changing. I don't know if I'll find a stable place to do a video. I seem to be a traveler, but yeah. And I'll link all the videos that I've mentioned in the description below. Do comment down below. Tell me how long you've been on it, how long you'll be planning to be on it. And thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you want to be with me in this journey. And yeah, I thank you again very much for being here and supporting me on this. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.